All right. So again, hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we start, thank you for being here. Okay. Um, and I mean that because so often we do something, right? And we don't even give ourselves kudos, let alone someone on the outside saying, good job. Too many days go by in our life that you don't hear that. Good job. Kudos. And today you showed up. You said, hey, no, I'm doing this for me. You signed up and you showed up. So I thank you and kudos. Kudos to you. So I am going to share my screen, which I'm really so good at. I'm so good at this. Here we go. Is it just spinning for you?
It's saying double click to enter full screen mode.
Huh?
Double click to enter full screen mode.
It's not letting me.
There it goes.
Okay. Da 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 da. See, and I made it nice and big so that you shouldn't have to blow up your screen. All right, so I called this 3-day adventure that we're going to do Lightworker Unleashed. All right, and I want to tell you why I chose unleashed. That word already tells you it's there. It just needs to be set free. It needs whatever the thing that is keeping it tied up, untied, right? Like to be untethered, unleashed. So that's why I called it that. And we're going to, over the course of these 3 nights, connect with spirit. You're going to really learn to trust your intuition, your gifts and abilities. And I've got a very special thing planned for June 4th, our third and last night, where you will discover and unlock your mission. So that's exciting. So ignore that. Oh, come on. Tonight, we are going to be meeting your celestial crew, which means you're going to either meet them or we're going to deepen that connection. Okay, your celestial crew, guides, guardians, angels, and so forth. Tomorrow, I'm going to teach you about training your inner puppy. All right, you're going to learn how your mind is really like an untrained puppy. And you know what? With some easy training, you can really unlock even more of your abilities. And then on our third day, we're going to dive into your light worker mission. And it's unlocked. Why? Because it's already in you. It's just about it being identified and then knowing some of your next steps. Okay. This is your journey. And I want it to be powerful. I want it to be fun. I want it to be transformational for you. Okay. So I'm going to give you some guidelines how you can make the most out of it. All right. So first off, create a space for it. No distractions. If you want, you can put on a candle. If you want to bring some of your crystals, if you want to play some light music, like meditation music in the background, go for it. Why? I want you to enjoy this, right? And the more you enjoy it, the more it sinks in. I am going to ask you to be fully present. Okay, let's just turn off your phones, notifications. They can wait 50 minutes or so. This time is for you. Take notes. And when I say take notes, I mean about insights that you get. Okay. And then you can even write down the exercises that we do. It's a lot of times people will think about taking notes as in just writing down what I said. You want to write down how you were feeling, what thoughts came to you, what did it maybe remind you of? Did you hear a word, have a smell, a physical sensation, right? So jot those down. When we do stuff, listen, no bump on a log. I do not do bump on a log here, okay? Participation, okay? We are going to do this. And, you know, you're going to find that's where the magic really happens, right? It does. This is a safe space, okay? You can, in the chat, you can put questions, and Jennifer's gonna, you know, when I'm ready for questions, she's gonna let me know. I can answer some, and don't be afraid to ask questions, especially if there was something I said and you were like, can you go back over that? All right. Safe space. We are here for that. So don't hold back. And then, hey, come back every day. Keep your commitment to yourself, right? If nothing else, for 3 nights, you'll get to spend time with, like, look at this fabulousness from New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? You get to spend. Right? You see what I'm saying? I mean, you get all the Jersey goodness without actually having to get in your car and travel. So tonight we're going to talk about your celestial crew. Now, this is a term that I use. I don't think anyone else uses it, but it's just me. But that was just decades ago. I always thought of my guides, my guardians, my angels, like all of those unseen helpers, right? They're my celestial crew, and I just call them my crew for short. And so tonight, you're either going to meet yours or we're going to deepen that connection, right? You've got your spirit guides, your angels, but you also have a lot of allies on the other side. All right, this totally divine team that walks beside you. I'm going to talk about who they are, how they help, how to recognize their messages, how they show up, how to work with them, and how they can help you with your not only intuition, but your intuitive gifts. Okay. I want everyone to know, and you can put, I want you all to repeat this after me. Communicating with my crew is absolutely possible. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Communicating with my crew is totally possible. 100%. You don't have to be a special this, a special that. Even if you think you've never connected with them before. This is so doable. All right. And you notice here, I said with the right mindset and techniques. Remember, I said we're going to train your inner puppy so that we're going to pick up more on it. We're just going to keep deepening this over the next 3 days. So you can discover, right? You know, their presence, their guidance. I mean, that guidance is there for you. And I'm going to share some simple tips and techniques that you can start immediately, right? You don't have to go do anything special. So I am pretty much going to spotlight tonight your guides and angels. I will kind of quickly go over some of the others that are on your spirit team. However, I feel it's really, really important to understand what they do, and how they can help you, your guides and angels. I feel that that's so important. And, you know, the ways they communicate with you. You don't always have to have like a specific clair. A lot of people get caught up on that, right? You don't have, so I don't want that for you. Okay, so before we dive in, properly introduce myself. Hi, I am Erin Koczur. I am a master light worker. I am a psychic development mentor. I'm the founder of the Lightworker Academy. Yes, this politely says I have been in these fields for over 20 years. I actually have over 5 decades of experience and learning and training in all of these fields. And I help people. I help people to discover who they are and be confident light workers. So before we get into the spirit guides, angels and stuff, I want to clear up the difference between intuition and being intuitive, meaning like what you think of as the psychic clairs. Okay. And you can even have psychic clairs for yourself, but there is a distinction between intuition and intuitive. Intuition is when it's for you, right? You are getting this information or you're picking up on information and it's for you, okay? It could be a lot of times you just feel it in your gut. You know how that saying, listen to your gut? That's where it comes from. But it may not always be that. Well, that may be common. You may get goosebumps, or you just might kind of get a sense of a knowing or whatever, but it's that information is for you. Being intuitive is when you are picking up information for someone else. It's not about you. When you start getting information that isn't about you, that's intuitive ability. That's what people call psychic abilities, spiritual gifts, being an intuitive. That's what that falls under. Everyone has intuition. All right, just so you know, everybody's got it. You got it. You got it. Even if you don't have a freckle on your body, you got it. Even if you still don't have tonsils, you still got it. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, short, tall, model, not model, whatever, you got it, okay? And the intuition, guys, it's a gateway. It is the most brilliant gateway for your abilities. And that's why I want to touch on that. So now, why work with your crew? Well, first off, you think you got them for no good reason? You think that they're just hanging around out there in the universe and said, I'm bored. Hey, why don't I hitch a ride with this person for the next 90-something years? No. They're meant to help you, to guide you, and to support you while you are here. Working with them, you get insight so you can make better choices, maybe avoid detours, avert some like stuff you want to avert, right? And navigate life with more ease. Working with them will strengthen not only your intuition, but it's also going to help you with your abilities. And then you're gonna deepen that trust. And what happens when you start trusting your intuition, start trusting information you're getting from your celestial crew? You listen better. You can kind of discern better. You're acting with more confidence because you are taking a higher guidance. Definitely going to accelerate your spiritual growth. And here's another thing a lot of people don't talk about. You feel less alone. You know, sometimes when we're going through something and we have a big decision to make, right? And you just feel like you have no one to talk to, or maybe you just don't want to really talk with someone out loud about it, right? It's just, You want a solution, but you don't really want to talk to another person. You're not alone. They're there. They're listening. They will listen to you and they will respond. And right now, you may not be in a moment in your life where that's like, yeah, I could use that. I will tell you, everyone has that moment in their life more than once. So it's good to know there's someone, a lot of someone's. Your ancestors, your soul family, okay? You have, your loved ones, right? You've got like this is why I call it a crew, right? What do celebrities call it? What do they call it? What do they call it? Entourage? Is that the word? Entourage? Yeah. Ian's like, I don't know what celebrities call anything. I don't know. But they're there, right? They are dedicated to guiding you, helping you, protecting you, supporting you. And each one has a unique role, and they all work together. But the ones that are literally like Velcro to you, your guides and your angels. So I want to talk a little bit about your spirit guides. Your spirit guides are your literal BFFFFFFF on the other side. Like, I cannot tell you. They literally are your right hand on the other side. They helped you with your chart. They know exactly what you came to do. They know the things you were going to experience. They know what it's like to be human. That's important, right? I mean, have you ever tried to kvetch to someone who doesn't understand what you're talking about? And they're just not getting, like, excuse me, you don't seem to be understanding how much this, they were human. They know, right? Hunger, cold, this crazy thing we have called money. And without it, right, do you have a roof over your head or food to eat? Just like all of this stuff, they get it. But they're also on the other side. So they have access to all of the knowledge and wisdom and all of the tools of the other side to assist you. Did anyone here ever, I always talk about MASH, but people are getting younger and younger. Did anyone here ever see the show Suits? And there was the secretary, Donna. Donna knew what you were thinking before you were thinking. Donna knew what you were going to ask, she already had her comeback. She had everything was already done, dotted. But she just knew before you even opened your mouth. And that's kind of like your spirit guide. Okay. And your angels, right? So they're there to really guide you. And guys, when I say they know your chart, that is so important. They know the things that you came to do, be, have, achieve, and experience. They've been with you since the beginning. They know if you packed any challenges for this life. And they know why you packed said challenges. And they know what you were hoping to do with said challenges. They were there and they know. And having that kind of literal, they could not be rooting harder for you at all. And you have angels. Now your angels are pure, we're all energy, right? But the angels are literally pure energy, an extension of God's energy. We all are to an extent, okay? The thing is, though, they don't do human lifetimes. They don't have those charts. They don't know the cold and the hunger and lust and ice cream's on sale and screw your diet. They don't know this stuff, right? What they do know is they love you, and they are an extension of God's love and protection for you. And they work energetically with you. Okay. So when you want to feel a certain way, when you need some energy thing to be manipulated, your angels, right? Angels are definitely the ones to call on. Now, I'll be honest, I cannot go into spirit guides and angels in full depth tonight. That is something I cover in my trainings, and those are also standalone trainings because there's a lot to it, but that's your basic gist. So tonight, we're going to do some stuff, and I want to, number one thing everyone wants to know, what's their name? What's their name? And how do I know if I'm getting signs, right? And better yet, because once I start talking about this, they're like, well, then fine, you're telling me I can ask for help. Well, so I ask, can I please have an answer to, or what are my options, and da da da. How do I know? How do I know? I got an answer. So we're going to do that. Everything in life starts with making a decision. Sounds simple. It's the first step that most people forget. When you make a decision and say, you know what, I'm going to strengthen my communication with my spirit guide, or with my angel, or my intuition, or I'm going to work on my psychic abilities. I want to hone those babies. Making that decision literally puts you 75% down the road already. Because now all of you knows what's going on. Your mind, your brain, your body, your celestial crew, the universe, everyone's like, oh, this is what we're doing. That one simple thing puts you so far down the road. And then I'm going to lead you through a breathing exercise so you can literally center and ground right away. Now, if you want, you can take the nice route and like light a candle, put on the music, a little incense. I don't know. I've never had one of those flowy, silky white pajamas that you see gurus wear. I've always wanted one. If you've got yours, bring it out. I don't. But if not, it go. A time when I'm disturbed, meaning if you know someone's coming to pick you up in 20 minutes, don't say I got 20 minutes, because guess what? Your mind is still thinking about someone's coming to get me. You're not fully present. You need to chunk that out. And then when you start, here's another key. I'm going to say it again. Be aware of any thoughts, feelings, sensations, sense of knowing, a smell, a taste, right? But also in your surroundings, right? Did it get cold? Did it get hot? Did you feel a breeze? Did the lights go on and off? you know, TV going on and off is really like a good sign. You know, you've connected, you know? So, and then I'm going to have you ask for things. You're going to have a secret code. You can choose to do this with your spirit guides. You could choose to do it with your angels. You could choose to do it with a loved one. You can choose to do it with your ancestors. Yeah, all of them. Each have their own signs. Otherwise, how do you know who you're getting your information from? Does that make sense? Just like say your energy up. Yes, making sense. Makes sense. Good. Okay, so, all right, let's talk about the strategies. I want you to please put your feet flat on the floor. Okay. And sit up just a little, like not rigid, but you know you're sitting up, you're not slouching. And I'd like you to take a nice, deep breath in. And I'm going to have you pause and hold it. And then I'm going to have you blow it out. You just like pretend you have the worst breath on earth and you are sending it across the country to somebody and you want to pretend you see them fall down from it. Okay. Like you're really pushing it out. All right. So we're going to go in and in. Think you can't? Take in some more. Good. Pause. And now blow it, blow. Yes, yes, yes. Just like that. Awesome, awesome. Woo. All right, now shake, shake. We're going to shake it off. Feeling good. Now we're sitting up. Feet flat on the floor. And I'd like you to take in a nice, slow, measured breath to the count of 5. We're going to pause and hold it. And then we're going to gently release it to the same count of 5. You ready? Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause and hold. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then just a gentle wiggle. So right now, I bet you are feeling very centered, like you can kind of feel your core, but you're also feeling very peaceful, very relaxed. You are centered and grounded now. And you're ready. All right, so you're going to choose a time. And you're going to decide who you're starting with. All right. So put in the chat who you think you're going to start with. Are you going to start with your spirit guide, your angel, a loved one? Who do you want to start doing this exercise with? Who do you want to connect with and start getting answers from? Who are you going to do? Go ahead and put that in the chat. Let me know. I'd love to hear. Jen, if you could tell me some of what you're seeing, because I'm not getting it.
Nobody's typing it. Yeah, but David says angel, Rose says spirit guide.
All right, awesome.
Lisa
Spirit
says
guide.
spirit guide. Yep.
Nice, nice. And so
Big
so
says
far,
animal spirit. Who's answering?
oh, that's right, my baby boy. You could do it with your spirit animal, but let's just stay focused tonight. Don't send me off on a tangent. All right, so spirit guides seem to be winning. Jen has been working with been doing the programs, and she's in the group, and she knows that if Erin goes off we're off. So we'll do that tonight. Another night maybe. All right, so let's say your spirit guide. You may like yeah. And you just think, you said, okay, I connect with my main spirit guide. Please come and okay, and just wait. You can set a timer if you want. 10 minutes, right? And excuse me. That way you're like, okay, I'm not just going to be sitting here forever, but also at the same time, I don't want you to give up too soon. Okay. And just be aware and just be like, come make your presence known to me. And, you may see a color, again, a feeling, a scent. You may feel like a name, get a name or something. And you can even ask, please let me know what I can call you. Right. And you want to do this as a habit. So once or twice a week, do it. You'll find that if you choose the same time of day and the same days when you're beginning, you will have more success because the rest of you's already trained and it knows what to do at that day, at that time. And just allow. In the beginning, you may get some disjointed stuff. It doesn't matter. Write it down. Okay? Write it down. Because after a while, you may notice a pattern. Also, another thing, and you can start off with this right away. All right. I want you to develop a relationship with your guide, right? Really working with them. And here's the thing, you're going to discover your abilities by the way they communicate with you. And you're going to get to know their energy. So you ever notice how someone walks in a room, maybe it's like, one of your family members, and you can tell who it is without turning around. You just know the energy. You can just feel it. Same thing with your guides. So even though they're always with you, if you're in the middle of doing something and all of a sudden you like really sense your guide is there, you're going to stop and be aware and pay attention. Just because you're so now accustomed to their energy. Or if you get a physical sensation or a color or a taste. That's why I said, jot it all down. But let's talk about that code, about those signs. Because your guides, you guys have signs that you kind of made before you got here. Here's the part that sucks. You don't remember it. You did not get the code in the shit. Oh, sorry. That you packed. I'm sorry. It's not there. Oh. Jen, I'm sorry. There's only one. No, but it's not there. And, yeah, when we go in and we ask them and we find out, that's one thing. But when you're just sitting at home going, what the? Here's what you do. You make it. You choose it. It can be as simple as I am going to ask you a yes or no. And it could be an apple is yes. And a koala bear is no. Like it could be any. It could be a word. It could be kumquat is yes. And Boulder Dash is a no. Like it doesn't have to be common. It really doesn't. You want something, like it could be like, all right, if I see a green car, it's a yes. If I see a purple truck, it's a no. And you're going to be very specific. You're going to ask, okay, within the next 24 hours, I would like you to show me a sign, this for yes, this for no. Stick to your signs, guys. Don't change it up every time. Because guess what? You tend to forget. But also, would you like someone to keep changing up the language on you every time you spoke with them? No. They're learning to communicate with you based on how you are hardwired and soft-wired. Don't make it harder, them or you. So pick something very unique to you. And another thing is with the names, if you're not getting or feeling one, don't worry about it. Give them one. Think of back to when you were a child. What was your favorite name? Did you want to name every dog or frog or teddy bear like the same thing? Usually that will be your guide or angel's name, because children they haven't really totally forgotten yet. But you can literally, the name is a term of endearment. Our names, what that does is it allows someone to laser focus. When I say your name, every thought I've ever had about you, all my feelings for you, what I know about you, this and that, and da-di-da-di-da-da-da-da-da, goes, and we is focused, lasered in. Give your guide, your angel, loved one, whatever, that if you don't know their name, give them a name. You can call them Buttercup. They don't care. Unless you get a real crotchety, like gangster guide, then he may not be too happy with Buttercup, but trust me, he'll let you know. Our guides do have personalities because they've had human existence. Some of them are real funny. Some are maybe a little bit more, I don't want to say rigid, but the stiff upper lip, one that maybe comes from a culture that you're not super familiar with. There's all sorts of things. You can literally, doing just these exercises, you can learn all about your guide. You can create a whole communication system. You can get the guidance. Okay, simple, simple, simple. You just have to keep at it. All right, attention. Practice asking them for insights and answers. You may get it in your sleep. So pay attention to your dreams. You may get your symbol in a dream. That counts. And you know what? Let someone know you're doing this, but someone that is going to be cheering you on. Someone that's oh, so did you get your sign? What is it? Is it a purple truck? Or is it a green car? How'd you see it? How'd it come up? And it could literally be, there was a commercial on the radio and the guy in the commercial says, which car am I towing? And the guy goes, the green car over there. You don't even have to see it. It is amazing. You could be in an elevator and hearing someone going, oh my gosh, my son really wanted a red truck, but can you believe it? All they had left was a purple one. Be open and have someone cheer you on. When it's fun like that, they also keep track with you, right? And it makes it fun. Bonus. Remember I said keep that journal? You really want to keep it because you want to see patterns. You want to see the patterns as it grows. And then as you're getting information, right? Remember, I told you intuition is for you. And when you're asking about this, and you can ask about guidance, they cannot tell you what to do. Free will. They can't say, nope, They can tell you this would, be maybe in your best interest, or, this is what you charted, or this or that. They can tell you your options, or very simply, hey, is this going to work out good for me? That's a yes or no. They can't tell you what to do, but they can do all the rest of it. So write down the question you asked, and then how you felt you got your answer, and then the outcome. The more you see it with your eyes, remember that whole doubting Thomas thing? Or what is the thing about Missouri? Something like I have to see it state, see me state. I don't remember. I'm making up. The show me. I knew it was a something. The show me state. Yeah, right. So you start to trust. I have no idea what time it is. How am I doing, Jen?
It is, we've been on for 42 minutes.
Oh, look at me. I'm doing it. So recap. Why? Because you remember when your mother was a freaking broken record? And your mother would say, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like a broken record. But she knew, keep saying it. It'll get in there, right? So a lot of times tonight, you may be like, she already said that. She already said that. I know that. I am not that senile yet. I am doing repetition because that is good for you. Make a decision. What is your first step? Everybody put it in the chat. Put it in. Type what step number 1 is. I told you what step number 1 is. There was a step number 1 before you do anything else, before you even put on those white silk guru jammies. Make a decision. That's right. Make a decision. And then understand you do. That's right. Make a decision. Yes. Understand you do have the ability to do this. All right. And know that with practice, and again, don't forget the awareness. All right. It's not always going to be the sugar bowl is going to come floating through the air and land in your lap, and you open it and it has the answer written out in the sugar. If it does happen, though, please get in touch with me and tell me. That would be so cool. I want to know. Jen, I hope that happens for you. That would be good. Yeah. But that awareness, your awareness, don't write off. I had a student where she didn't know until we had gone into a session, right, with her. I think it was with her angel. And it was specific that her foot felt hot. But her foot feeling hot, I don't remember if it was the yes or the no, but it was something about the step to it or step away from it, something. There was a reason they used her foot. And, so like I'm saying, do not write off. Well, I've done so many sessions and I am always blown away by the so many different ways they communicate with us. Keep track. Why? Because your confidence is going to grow. And always have someone to share this with. Have someone that's like, this is fun, this is cool, maybe I'll do it with you. That's fine, but you tell them get their own signs. Right? You don't want them going, well, I want you to know I saw a green truck, so the answer is, no, honey. You don't get to see his green truck. right? It's got to be you. So thank you. As we close today, day one, I want you to remember this is about you, your growth, your clarity. I want you to know your limitless potential. We have far more potential than we could ever imagine on our own. It's just true. Even the person who is achieving at massive levels has more potential that they can't see in themselves that someone else can see. All right. So we're going to keep it going. Tomorrow, we're going to train your inner puppy. All right. Your mind, it's powerful, but yet let me tell you, it is like it's like that 5-year-old lab puppy. I'm going to introduce you to the lab. And it can be, in addition to all sorts of other things, reactive, distracting, doubtful, right? It could be your best friend, or it could be the one who ate the couch and you consider now your worst enemy. Okay. A mind that serves your soul, not one that sabotages it, right? We want to master your mind to unlock your magic. So we will meet same time, same place tomorrow. I will get this replay out to you in the morning in an email. And I thank you for participating very, very much. And I am going to, if it lets me, stop the recording.